Welcome back to the Hema Landshut. Today we answer to the video of Shadiversity, the shield sword, pop culture weapon invented. Combining a sword and a shield, a thought that sounds ridiculous even before speaking out loud, but Shadiversity not only thought it, he built it. And he was not the first. There's a thing called Stechschild, in English stepping shield, combination of a spear and a shield, 1.90 m long, iron tips 2.30 m, and about 8 kilos heavy. In the hardwood variation with steel tips around 40 kilos. A very heavy weapon, but usable with one or two hands because of the center grip. In medieval times there existed trial by combat, and for this purpose a lot of different weapons were used. This is shown in Talhofer fencing book. They are combining attack and defense weapons, not only against arrows but against more melee weapons gained importance. It's possible to step with both ends, therefore the name stepping shield. The shield part is of course straightforward. In most any positions it protects most of the upper body and the legs and the head. So you're always well protected while fighting. Like seen previously, the most dangerous part is when the opponent can grab the shield and get it out of the way so he can freely step, for example, to the head. You can see that the Stechschild is always held with both hands, because that makes it much easier to control it and in order to attack and to fight with it. Holding it with one hand is possible as well, but then it's an only defensive object and you should have in your other hand another attacking weapon. Spinning the thought of Shadiversity, Talhofer wrote a lot of techniques in his books, starting by how to step one with a stepping shield. Of course, the answer to that technique is given as well. Simply block with the shield part and counter. It is interesting that most of the weapons handling can be reduced to the handling of a sword or a spear in the half sword grip. So the handling of the Stechschild is done as well. The weapon shines because of its long range, and almost every time you fight the weapon protects most of your body, so an armor is not needed. In the free fight you can see more of the behavior in an actual combat situation. In order to strike and hit the opponent on viable parts, you had to get the shield part out of the way. Even grabbing in order to control it is a viable option, because if you can get a hold on the opponent's shield, like the right fencer is trying now, you can easily hit him. Lucky for us, Talhofer thought the same way. Let's take a look at the situations and the next techniques. Sometimes you are not able to grasp the sword, but you need space, so pushing away the controlling arm of your enemy can help to reform your position and to stand for the next fight. You're bold, there are a lot of finishing moves you can go for to style on your opponent, like throwing him to the ground. In order to do so, you block his attack, go around his defense, push the shield away and control his head to bring him to the ground. Then most likely the fight will be over. Let's have a look from the other side as well. Block, push away, control the head and Yes, of course, there's the parry against it as well. In order to fend this move off, you need to grab the tip of the enemy's shield as fast as possible and pull. The huge advantage against Shadiversity's invention is that you can fight with a sword or a lot of different other weapons alongside the Stechschild. If you don't need the sword, you just grab it like with the spear, like shown in the picture, or you simply draw it and fight with it directly. Now let's take a look at a little bit of footage of our fights with sword and Stechschild. With the shield you can parry most of the opponent's strikes, but it's very fast, and so following up every blow is difficult. The easy way is to ram one end of the Stechschild in the ground to reduce weight, or simply use only the Stechschild and draw the sword when it's needed to. The price of the attack most often leads to victory. The timing of the sword is the single most important thing. If you draw it too early, you lose range. If you draw it too late, you are most likely to be blocked. Good option is to have it drawn when you are very close. The shield can be very heavy, so in a longer fight it's a good option to ram one end in the ground to reduce the weight you have to hold with one hand and concentrate only on attacking with the sword. This leads to a lot of funny situations where it's looked like both running around the shields. To use the full range of the Stechschild, most fights start with only the Stechschild and end with drawing the Stechschild of both fighters. We hope you learned a lot of stuff you can do with the weapon like the Stechschild, and you see that Shadiversity had a lot of interesting thoughts. So if you liked it, please let us the like and maybe subscribe to our channel to don't miss new content. We included at the end some other fighting with the Stechschild and the sword, so if you're interested, stay for a while and watch while we try out some techniques. So we are reacting to a video of Shadiversity, so we have to mention that the walls behind us are real, that are part of the own town wall of our city Landshut, and it's called the Garden. Hope you liked it and had fun. So if you had, please like and subscribe to don't miss any new content.